With my hand. Hello, 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 everyone. I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers. And today we have with us Mr. Connell Spain, football
Yeah.
player and
Actor.
come on down.
Woo,
You're
yeah.
on not the Price is Right, but the Book Breakers. So, Mr. Spain, can you let the audience know a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Connell Spain. I'm from Melbourne, Florida. I was a All American in high school. My dad was a commander, second in command of the Melbourne Police Force for 34 years. My mom worked
Wow.
really hard at. She was a director of operation at a nursing home for 31 years. So
Mm.
I saw what hard
Okay.
working success looked like from a African American standpoint, and
Okay.
um, and so I was able to take those same that energetic, that work hard attitude and physicality, and I put it into football, where I became an All American in high school at Melbourne High School, and I was able to get a full ride scholarship through hard work and
Great.
dedication. With
Okay.
good grades to Florida State University, where I was on the 1993 national championship team with Charlie Ward, Derrick Brooks, Warwick Dunn, and all of those guys. And
Okay.
we had a great run, a lot of success. After college, I played a short stint with the San Diego Chargers, and then I moved
Ooh.
on to Arena League. I played for the Orlando Predators and several other teams in Arena League. And 1998, we won the World Championship in Arena League, and which was a great feat for just for the team as a whole. And got out of that and got out of football, and life started calling. And then
Okay.
yeah, that's where the tough part comes in. Life after football. It's certainly you go from really 0 to 100 in terms of life in itself. Because you're doing something. I played football up until I was like 29, 30 years old, and I loved every minute of it. And so I played it for so long. And then after that, it was kind of like, oh, who am I? What am I doing? Like, where do I go next? And all of that good stuff. So, um, end up having a couple of businesses and doing some project management work up in Baltimore. I lived in several different states,
Woo-woo,
from
Baltimore.
Toronto. Yeah, from Toronto to Baltimore to Texas to South Florida, Orlando, uh, up in the Hartford, Connecticut area. So I traveled a lot, and then after that, I was like, I want to push myself to do something else. So I got into acting. Kind of
Mm.
always had that bug. And my very first movie I was in was Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino and Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
And
excuse
That's
me.
my favorite
yeah,
one.
so yeah, I was one of the casted football players in that movie, which was a natural role because of my background. And then did some extra work. Been on the Ballers with The Rock, and did some other stuff around, that I was involved in. And actually, one of my movies right now is on Prime Video. It's called Church of Darkness. I played a pastor
Oh,
of all
okay.
things. Pastor Spain, and so just a lot now. My wife and I, we own group homes for at-risk kids. Um, she's also a healthcare attorney. So we're kind of that's kind of like our sweet spot is really giving back. So we thought we'll be able to give back to the kids, and it's
Right.
been wonderful. You can't save them all, but you certainly can try to save one or two of them, and that's our goal is to see these kids graduate and do well in life. So, God has blessed me with an awesome life. At times it got very depressing. Especially right after football, trying to find who I was and what I was all about, and that led me to kind of like a downward spiral in terms of life in itself, but I was able to pull myself out of it and keep marching.
Right.
So
Right.
Oh, Mr. Connell Spain. So when you go for the acting, do you have to go through all the acting classes, or you have to go through the casting calls, or it just come naturally?
A lot of it for me came natural. However, I did take some classes, and yes, I did a lot of casting calls. So one that goes in it, no matter what type of background you have, it's just a different element. It's a different
Mm,
environment. You have to know your lines. You have to hit your lines. You have to
Yeah.
be that character inside and out. Sometimes you get that spur moment call, and it's like, yo, we gotta go audition. I'm like, I don't, So it's like, but it's nothing different than having a podcast. It's being prepared, knowing your audience, knowing the person you're interviewing, doing your background work, and just really just putting your effort into it. I mean, I always love acting. I always thought, I'm still I took a little break from it because I'm doing the group home thing, but I'm certainly going back to it. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of, and then it's a lot of no's before you get some yeses. But as you
exactly.
continue to get the no's, you get the yeses, and
Yeah.
then you build off the yeses.
How many no's
Yeah,
did he get?
A lot of them.
A lot of.
a lot of.
I was like, whoa, another no. Okay,
But
thank
we
You're
you.
right,
persevere. Hello.
right, right. And and in life you have to, that's why we are who we are because we find a way not to give up. We
Absolutely.
find a way to turn those lemons into lemonade. And everybody's not built for this route
No,
in life. They're just not.
exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that either you want it or you don't. There's no gray area in entrepreneurship.
Exactly. Exactly. I want to go back to um, the part where you said that you want to open up a um, group home for the boys. What was the driving
Yeah.
force behind that? That was the catalyst to make you open up uh, a group home for boys.
Well, for me, it was, and my wife, it was, look, what can we do to give back? What
Okay.
can we do? We have a beautiful life. We do well in life. Like, what can we do to give back?
Mhm.
We did different businesses then, and it just wasn't the same feeling that you get from helping kids. These kids come damaged. They come,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, they're. I mean, they come all. They don't come with
Hmm.
angel wings on them, but
Hmm. Exactly.
that's part of our job is to help them feel better with whom they are as a person each day because this is a each day job. This is an everyday job. This is you have to start over every day and try to
Exactly.
build. So that was our driving force is to give back so that these kids can see what success looks like and feel like going forward. And we just try to do that every day. And I think it's so far so good. Again, we still have the ones that think trouble is good and good is bad. So
Mm.
we're trying to change that narrative and continue to love on them, continue to show them love. Something that a lot of them feel as crazy as it sounds. Excuse me. A lot of these kids feel uncomfortable being in uh, uh, having love showed to them. They don't know what that looks like. So
Yeah.
a lot of them think it's like a facade. And I'm like, no, this is real. I love you. Like, I want to see you win in life. Like, but you have to stay close. You have to do the right things because you can never do good enough, you know. But you can do bad one time and it can tear your life apart.
Yes, it
So,
can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we just instill in them like, you know, and I take them even to my neighborhood where I grew up at. I grew up in the hood too, and but I had parents that were steadfast on keeping us straight, and a village around us that kept us straight. So that's what we're doing. We're building that fence of love, so that
Yes.
these kids can stay within that fence, and then when they're ready to go out into this world, we open the gate and say, "Hey, look, go get it."
Mm, all right. Mm-hmm. But I like what you
Yeah.
said about showing them what success looks like, especially in the African American
Yeah.
uh, community. Yes, that's powerful right there
Yeah,
in itself.
and what's even like our house, as crazy as it sounds, we have one African American kid and the 5 of them are Caucasian kids.
Mhm.
And it's like, it's so crazy, like, because you never really think of it like that a lot, especially us, because we grew up in it and we know what that looks like. And you don't really think that other people really deal with what a lot of us deal with, but they do. And it's a lot of, kids that don't look like us that's in this system because of whatever reason, parents or drugs, parents, or whatever the case may be. But I think the biggest thing for us is that we're there to help all, and no matter what that looks like, at the end of the day, love is love. So
Absolutely.
that's what we focus on.
Hmm. Thank you. It has no color. It
Yeah.
has no. mm, It has a
Mm-mm.
face,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
a different face.
yeah, absolutely.
And Mr. Connell Spain, because we were checking you out. I'm a little, we a little, I'm a little, I ain't gonna say I'm a little nosy. And as I was looking at your Facebook page, not only are you an actor and a football player, I found out that you also prepare people credit.
Whoa,
Can you tell us something
Yeah,
about that, please?
yeah. So that's been also part of my journey, and that was part of my journey because my credit at one time was toe down to the flow down,
Oh
and
my.
I just it was at a point where that was the one of that depression area of my life, and I
Mm.
said, because really it's crazy and it sounds like dumb. I don't know if it sounds dumb or crazy or whatever, but I really didn't start caring about my credit till I got in my 30s. you
Wow.
know,
Hmm.
and I think that goes for a lot of us. Like a lot of times, when the last time you checked your credit? 2 years ago. What?
Hmm.
And now
For
it
what?
sounds crazy that somebody says that, but it didn't then because I never really checked my credit. I just know it wasn't up to par, and I was just out trying to get everything and kept getting denied. you know,
Hmm.
and so I turned the corner with that, and start learning the credit game and understanding the laws and federal laws and regulations to
Yeah.
help people. And it's one of those things where you get a real good feeling when somebody calls you and say, "Look, I got approved for my home," and it's like, let's go. Especially their first home or a car or whatever the case may be, because it's tough. It's tough when you don't have good credit. It's tough when everybody everybody that's hanging out and you don't have nothing but a debit card. You don't have even one credit card, and so it's one of those things where it helps build morale. It helps build who you are as a person. It makes you feel better. And for anybody that's trying to get a home, or a car or whatever, it's a lot easier when you can go in there and say, "I want that. Don't worry about my credit. My credit's good. Let's roll." But
All right.
it's a different story when you have to go in there and, "Oh, well, you got to put down this amount of money because your credit ain't good and all of that,"
Hmm.
or "You need to come back when your credit is better." I don't, we have to get away from that. We've been
Hmm.
on the other side way too long. In 2024,
Absolutely.
as
Absolutely.
grown folk, you need to have that together.
But I'm
Absolutely.
not going to say any names. I went to a car dealership with someone one time, and the favor of God was on it. They went off the car lot with no money down.
Oh
And guess
wow!
what? They ain't had no job either.
Oh, now that's favor.
Yes.
That's favor.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not gonna tell the secret though.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Put my finger.
Yeah.
I can't see. It was me.
I was like, Lord, do it for
It was
me.
me.
As they say, he will. He will.
Yes, he
Yeah.
will. I said, what?
Yeah.
No, sir,
That literally
nothing.
just happened to me because I had to go out and get a van for one of my group homes, and literally walked in there, zero money. I think I paid like the first month. It was like 600 and some bucks, but it was a 2024 minivan, Honda minivan, and brand new off the lot. General manager like, "Hey, come on in." Blah blah blah. Okay, I never even went in. Only time I went in was to get the vehicle. So
Oh,
you know, that's what good credit does for you. And that's what I try to get everybody to experience. People think they come to you on Monday with bad credit and think next Monday it's supposed to be fixed. And I'm like, no, it don't work like that. It take time, but overall, it's been rewarding as well. And just to help a lot of people, get to that next level, that's rewarding as well.
All right now. I want to ask, did you have a question?
I did have one more.
Okay.
I just want to know, what was one of your favorite movies that you acted in?
I was I would say I would say the Church of Darkness because it was locally done. It made it to Prime Video, Tubi, and some other ones. And I was really able to be hone in on that character and be myself. It wasn't a big budget movie, however, but I tell anybody, like, it don't matter the size of the budget.
Yeah.
Just do you feel good about your character and what you bring into it, and it'll take care of itself.
All right now. Mm-hmm.
Come here, book breaker.
Mr. Cornell, I want to go back to your the football when you were doing football, and you say you left. So there was nothing that happened, any kind of incident. You just decided you needed to leave, or how did it come about?
What you meaning football over with?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was injury. It was knee injuries, and rubbing bone on my right knee, and I couldn't take the pain no more. Trying to practice every day, and it was just not working. And then you start to really realize, like, oh my goodness, like it's about to be over. But you don't really think about that, when you plan. You really think honestly, like I thought I was going to play till I was 50 years old. Like as crazy as that sounds, but you don't really think about the end until the end is near. Nowadays they probably think about it a little bit. Obviously a little bit more. They have the NIL money coming in, and more money in the NFL. So you're able to kind of prepare yourself a little different. But back when I was playing, there wasn't any NIL. I wish it was, but there wasn't any NIL money or image likeness money. We just had to get that old cuppy cup from friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, it was for me. It was just injuries. It was injuries, but I probably could have played a few more years. But God, when God says time is time, so um, had a nice run. Loved football with all my heart. And but when I just the pain of these knees couldn't take it no more.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, so.
I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but when did you meet your wife? At what point?
Oh yeah, we like romance over here.
Well, actually, it's so crazy because this is kind of a wild story. So we met in college. It was in '95, and we was together for 2 years. And she couldn't take, the football, because we was wild back there, But I basically I would say it was mostly my fault. So I own it. But like I tried to tell her back then, back then in the '90s when I was at Florida State, like it was like football or famine. It was like it was just football in school, and so it's not like I intentionally didn't try to have the time that I'm supposed to have in a relationship. But when you're 20, 21 years old, 19 years old, it's like, you think you're doing right, but you're really not doing right. And she decided to leave me. And so we broke up for 22 years or something, and ended up getting back together a couple years ago, got married last year. And, so yeah, so it's crazy. And she was always the love of my life. So I'm like, yeah, God, you hurt me. So, but yeah, that's yeah, and that normally doesn't happen, but I'm just blessed that it did. and we got a beautiful family. My mom, and we got a she had a daughter, which is now my daughter. We got two grandbabies, and
All right.
so yeah, it's been a blessing. It's certainly been
All
a
right
blessing.
now. Mm-hmm.
That
And
sounds great,
she
right?
graduated from
Yep, it
she
does.
graduated from Florida State too,
Mm,
and then she went to UM to get a health. She's a healthcare attorney, so
Mm-hmm.
for the last 20 years. So yeah, so success is what how you go about getting it and keeping it,
Right.
and so we just mosey on and just try to do the right thing by people.
Okay. Uh,
Can I say this real
go
quick?
ahead.
And I'm gonna let you say it. No, I just wanted to say this real quick. I had nothing to really do with it. I was laughing because Prophet Andrew Jesse Mitchell, he had actually sent your information to the book breakers. He's like, you will be a wonderful guest. So he really thinks the world of you.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an awesome person, and I reciprocate that as well. He's one of those people that I look at his story and I look at because I remember when like he first started getting on Facebook a lot and how people would try to tear him down and
Yeah.
false prophet this, false prophet that, or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
case may be. But he's a prime example of what it is to continue to put one foot in front of the other
Yeah.
and put on your earmuffs and keep it moving. And
Amen.
so I certainly respect him for that. And he's always, pushing great people towards me, and have nothing but love and respect for him.
All right
Amen.
then. That's awesome. But my question is, we're going back to the home for the boys.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what are the requirements that have to be met, or do you have any for them to enter into um the group home?
Well, um, so we service anywhere from 9 years old to 17.
Mhm.
And what we do is, the companies that we deal with that have these children that need them to be in a group home.
Mm,
Yeah, they have to send us their file. My wife is great at looking over the file and kind of seeing what the problems are, and we kind of, make our decision based upon that. That's okay. So,
Jesus.
so,
That's
so,
where
so
you
we kind of
going,
make,
God.
yeah, that's God. He's there. And so yeah, so basically we look at their files and then we make a decision based upon what we see in the file, and then sometimes it's just really a gut feeling because the files can seem so much worse
Yeah.
than,
Ah,
I mean, sometimes they're on point, and
right.
then sometimes it's like that's after you have them for a while, it's like some of it but not all of it. So we just try to do our best and finding the right fit for our group home, because when you're dealing with six different backgrounds, six different kids, six different traumas,
Mm-hmm.
you have to really, you know, try to find the right fit. We look at it as kind of like as a team, like a football team or a basketball team. It's just really, we're the head coaches, but we just try to find the right group of kids that makes sense for our group home.
Right.
And those that's willing to um, not just use the group home as somewhere to live, but
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to grow.
All
So
right.
I think that's part of what we look for as well. Of course, we have our Zoom meetings and meet the kids before we make that decision,
Mm-hmm.
and because we want to make sure they get a good feel of us too. So it's a few things in there that we look for and we do in order to accept them into our group home. Our group home is called the Star House, which stands
Okay.
for Spain's Teens Always Rise. So we have another one actually. We're opening up in about 3 months, and that'll be an
All
all
right.
girls home. And then we're gonna do one or
Okay.
two,
All right then.
one or two more after that. And then my hair been done fell out after that. Cause it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
A lot of work. But we in it to win it.
Mhm. So is there information where anyone can reach you if
Yeah.
they need your assistance?
Yeah, I mean, they can obviously Facebook, Connell Spain on
Yeah.
Facebook. Instagram is I am Connell Spain. Um, and so normally I answer that, a lot. So we have a website that's going to be going up for the Star House and Irwin's House, which is the next one. And so, yeah, I mean, they can reach me at Connell Spain at Outlook.com. That's Connell Spain at Outlook.com. And so yeah, I'm very reachable.
Okay.
Sometimes, I get super busy, but most I try to get back to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tisha, you have another
Oh yes,
question?
while you was talking, because you said about the group home. What are some resources that you offer for the group home for the boys?
So we have them in sports. Currently, we have a couple of them in sports. We do a lot of community service for the kids as well. We do like outings a lot, library stuff. We also have therapy, a lot of therapy
Yeah.
sessions built into that. So there's a lot of resources that the state opens up for our kids as well that we utilize. So and we feed our kids good. We don't feed them all that processed stuff. I make my staff cook good meals.
All right.
So they 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 all right. They got a nice place to stay. In fact, we're going school shopping again next week. So
Oh wow.
yeah. So we like to make sure they looking good, feeling good, keeping good haircuts, hygiene. They're
All
known
right.
play the radio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
then groom them and send them back out there and have them prepared.
yeah, yeah. We
All
gotta,
right.
and that's the thing of, the thing about it is like some I'm afraid to like even talk about like what's next, but you have to push that narrative. You have to
Yeah.
push it
In their
because if not,
face.
they'll stay
Yeah.
in their comfort zone. And
Mm-hmm.
and you have to continually nudge them out of that comfort zone to say, hey, you might not have all the tools that I have or somebody else have, but we're trying to give you enough so that you can go out and be who you are and be
Mm-hmm.
successful and be able to live on your own and be able to cook for yourself and so forth and so on. Be able to pay a bill, write a check, and all of that good stuff. So understanding credit and some of them they'll be 18 next year. So a couple of them will be 17, 18 next year. So it's like we're really pressing them to, you know, get to that next level because it's getting, like I tell them, it's like a year and a half, and you know, and then it's next for y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. You have a
Oh
last
yeah, my
question?
fate. Oh yeah, we always ask this favorite question. Mr. Connell Spain, what are some hobbies that you enjoy on your free time? And go ahead, start.
Watching,
Other people will say, what free time?
What free time?
right? I tell you what,
Oh,
I make
Jesus.
free time when it comes to football season. So football one, football two, three. I would say boxing. I like tennis. I like I watch a little bit of basketball. I like going out to the kids' games. I just like hanging out with my wife
All
and
right
the
now.
grandbabies. And my mom and just chilling. I just try to
Mm-hmm.
find those chill times and, go up in my man cave and, read a book and just get lost sometime. But, I'm real simple, because I live that life. My life is not like that anymore. It's more, chill, hanging out with my neighbors. But yeah, it's hanging out with my group home kids, and so I try to stay busy doing good things,
Yeah.
and that satisfies me. But yeah, when it like now it's football season, like she already know, like Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, baby, yeah. I need all that little time to myself
All
for
right.
these next 5 months.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And my last question was, Mr. Connell Spain, do you ever see yourself directing your own movie?
I do actually. I do. I actually.
Oh.
I have a friend of mine who grew up in Melbourne as well. His name is Chris Holland. Chris Hollyfield. Chris Hollyfield uh, was in the WWE, and he's an awesome guy. And he was a tag team person in the WWE for a long time.
Mhm.
And him and we've been talking about doing a big cop, little cop movie. And so hopefully next year I'll be in a position where I want to do that. And we've been talking about it. At this point, we just have to get the script written, and then start laying out land for it. So, but yeah, I think it'll be absolutely funny.
Okay.
The reason I was asking because me and Barbie, we did some extras in some movies and we have some experience.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now she hitting like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, we'll love it. We'll love it. I think y'all have a nice tag team tandem already going on. So I think it'll be wonderful.
Oh my God.
I just thought
Where y'all from? Orlando?
No, we're here in Baltimore.
You in Baltimore right now?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I lived in Orange Mills for about 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love Orange Mills.
Yeah. I had a lot of friends play for the Ravens that I played with in college, and so yeah, we tore Baltimore up. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Love the crabs up there too. Love them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jimmy's seafood.
Jimmy Seafood.
Yeah. Yeah. On the Inner Harbor, all that. Yeah. So yeah, I had a good time in Baltimore. Cold. Oh, I had to get out of there though. Cold.
Oh yeah.
I started to say something I shouldn't say. I'll reel it in. Oh my God.
It is cold.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah, so.
All right, Mr. Connell Spain, it was a pleasure having you on our podcast, but our time has expired.
Are you sure? I only see
Girl, it's expired. 30 minutes goes quick.
It's already, but I certainly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me on. Give my love to Prophet, and it's anytime y'all need me, I'm here. Again, it's been my pleasure, and I wish you nothing but success and Godspeed.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so nice.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and for all our listeners and viewing audience, we appreciate you for joining us with Mr. Connell Spain, actor and football player.
And credit repair.
That's right.
So if you need credit repair, hello, don't forget.
That's right. Don't go to that car lot with that old raggedy credit now. Come see me.
Oh my God. All right, I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Miss Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers, and our motto here is, we encourage you, where my finger, to accomplish your dreams.
Keep dreaming. Thank you, Mr. Connell Spain.
Thank you. Thank
See
y'all.
you next time.
All righty. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Keep reading.